Yep, we'll have sideline here for White. Good. Good job of one-arm mechanics, Shannon. Yeah, that's a good call. Good patient whistle, Jeff. Yep. Let the play finish. There may be a push, a bump, an arm-to-arm contact foul, but let the players get to the floor, and then you can make that foul call. That's a good patient whistle. Let the play finish. That's a good job. That's one of the harder things for any official to develop, the discipline of having a very patient whistle. Okay, Richard, you want to drop down now. Yep, all right, you want to get deeper. Okay, good job. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Remember our stop clock mechanics, all right? It's summer ball, and it's easy just to point a finger or hand in the direction that we'll be going, but we want to stay in our good habits. Ball. Yep, stop clock. Use your directional with the same arm to point where we're going, and then mark the ball with your other hand for your partner. Right, good rotation. Yep. The crew has a good feel for this. So Shannon has good instincts. Jeff and Richard are both picking it up now. So I think as a crew, there's a travel again. That's a travel. Yep. Now whether the foul occurred before he landed, that's Richard's call. Once he calls the foul, he has to determine at what point did the foul occur. If it happened after 35 landed, then there shouldn't be shooting. He traveled. Again, it was a poor attempt at a jump stop, and it was a 1-2 with his feet. That was a good situation there, and I would ask Richard to take a look at that. As the fast break came down, the defender from Black put two hands clearly on the upper body of the shooter, and it almost threw the shooter off. So you might have called that a foul, but again, take a look at it and see what you think. That's a good call from the C. Yep. The play started opposite side of your lane. That's a good call by Jeff as the C. Yep. That's how we want things to go. We want the C to be able to officiate his primary and not have the lead or the trail reaching across in that situation. At the C on the free throw, what you want to do, Richard, is do your visible count with your right hand and then use that same hand to go up for the clock starting mechanic. You know, rather than counting with your left hand and then using your right hand for the clock mechanic. Nitpicky stuff, I know, I get it, but that's what you want to do from a mechanic standpoint.
What?
That's a good call. Yep. 10 white makes it a good steal by playing good defense. And the two black players converge on him to take away his opportunity for a transition breakaway. That's a good call. As a crew, and I'll get back to this again, at about the 10.5-minute mark, second half, Shannon makes a foul call on a rebound try. And what we have here is we should be shooting. We should be shooting because 24 white attempted a tap with one hand. He did try to tap the ball back to the basket, therefore it is a try. Now, it was a foul, and it's the right foul call, but it should be administered as a two-shot foul because the foul occurred while he attempted a tap or a try at the basket. So, again, we want to, as a crew, make sure that we understand the difference between a common foul and a shooting foul. Oh. Ooh. Jeff had a foul there. 42 black, sending 3 white to the line. And take a look at that. You know, we don't want our calls to start to come into question on any kind of a repeated basis because that really decreases our credibility as a crew. I would think that 42 made a good defensive play and got a block. But again, Jeff had an angle being only about 5 to 6 feet away. But from my vantage point, down where the trail might be, it looked like a nice play defensively. That's an easy one right there. Yep, that's a good strong call there. Easy one, but again, good, solid, you know, no nonsense, you know, foul mechanic, arm up in the air, good closed fist. You know, sell that call. We have a 39-33 game with just under 7.5 minutes to go. White is in the lead. Now we'll see if the game tempo and the intensity changes. Well, we've had a missed foul though. 24 white hooked the black ball handler as he dribbled into the lane. And so that contact enabled the ball to get away from the ball handler and resulted in a white basket. So we want to make sure that we see that first illegal contact. I'm assuming the Thunderbirds in black here are Iola Scandinavia, who've had a very solid basketball program over the last 4 to 5 years. Of course, Laconia has been equally solid. Good rotation. Yep, good job, Shannon. You put yourself in good position. Nice step. Again, we want to make sure we remind our outside officials that the lead will be responsible for the waist up on a shooter. And so the trail most time has the feet of the shooter to make sure that if he's on the ground, he's not traveling. Good call. Good call. Yep, way to jump on that, Richard. Good job. Yep, good job. Okay. Right. Richard, you can get down here even. Yep, you can be right here as the trail. Yep, and see you'll have a good look there. All right, now you can go. Okay, yep. Good job, Shannon. Keep stepping down. Yep, good. Good. As the ball handler makes his move to the basket, as a crew, the outside officials can take that step or two down to go with the play. That way you've got angles on both sides of the basket. If the lead gets straight lined on a drive, coming out of either the C or the trail's primary, they still maintain a very good look at space between the ball handler and the defender, or ultimately the defender and the shooter. Oh. That's a tough call, but I will give Jeff a lot of credit because he did what he needed to. He came into the area of the play with a very firm foul call to sell that. So he obviously saw something trailing the play between the shooter and the defender that Richard and Shannon didn't have an angle or see from their view. I guess the thing that might catch someone's attention is the fact that Jeff was the deep trail on that play. But again, to his credit, he came into that area very strongly and sold his foul call. Stay up. Yep, while the ball in transition is flying down the court as fast as can be, you still want to take that half second as an outside official to make sure that are you the trail, are you the C, and where the lead should be in this whole equation. You don't want to wind up with two leads. Six just shuffled his feet again with about 2.5 minutes to go. So if you get a chance to, take a look at that on the tape. All right, we have another timeout. So. just as we had before with this crew, this game is really shaping up to be close. 46-41 with about 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Okay. All right. Richard, you're the C. Yep, you're the C. Yep. Oh, a tough shot. That's a good call. That's the right call, too. Yeah, he caught it, had a bad angle from where he was, and took off running. So. Okay. Use your outside arm, Jeff. Okay, yep, that's Richard's call. If it gets that deep, let's let the lead have that. Arguably, it could be the trail's call because of where the play may have started, but given that the lead's primary is inside the three-point arc and that half of the lane, I would say that Richard could come with that call. He hasn't had a foul call maybe in the last 3 or 4 minutes. So you want to give him a chance to get himself back into the mix in terms of game action. In that case, you definitely want to make sure that Richard as the lead, which looks really good, comes out and makes that call. Okay, so we have a question. All right, so the question now is, did the shot go in? And if it did, is there a free throw warranted? Or, you know, again, the crew should come together and if need be, get the coaches together to answer that same question. So, all right, yeah, so we seem to have an awful lot of confusion right now as to what we have. Okay, so this is where the crew should be coming together and talking about this. If you need to, the clock is stopped. You can send both teams to their benches, but as the crew, you want to make sure that you've got a clear understanding of where we are in the game. You know, should there have been a bonus shot there? Is it an and one situation? There seems to be a lot of confusion as to who actually should be getting a throw in. So based on that, all three officials should be able to come together and share information just to ensure that we have this situation handled the way it should be. Okay. All right. You got a lot of questionable situations here because I see the coaches for Laconia wondering exactly what's going on. So. Tough drive. That's it. Yeah, that's a good call. All right. All right, we got a minute 20, 46-43. White is trailing. All right. So this is crunch time right here. So if we're going to be good as a crew, we want to be good right now because it is a 1-point game. Right? Nothing illegal. So all right, stay engaged. All right, yep, that's your call, Shannon. That's your call. Yep. Once it shifts into a different primary, that's your call. All right. White's down 1 with under 50 seconds. Held ball. All right, Richard's got to travel, but that play was right in front of Jeff. What did you have there, Jeff?
Travel.
Okay. You could have gone with a held ball too, because as soon as he started down the lane, there were 2 hands on the ball. So in that situation, if you have a held ball first, then we have to see which team is entitled to the ball with the alternate possession. So again, if you get a chance to, we want to make sure we look at that play. Now, the call should have come with Jeff because it was in his primary as the seed. Richard made the call, but he was looking all the way across the court as the trail official. That's an awful tough angle and pretty far away to sell the call. Now, traveling is one that few people will argue with, but again, it could be a case where that ball might have been held first before there was a travel, and maybe White gets the ball back on the alternate possession. That's a good call by Shannon. Good call. Black had the ball, 2 hands on the rebound. White trying to knock it out. Committed illegal contact. All right, so now we have a 5-point game with 26 seconds to go. Iola Scandinavia in black is ahead. Well, that prayer was answered right there. All right.